Alabama and LSU. This one has a history of being hard-hitting, Kirk, from the very first snap.
And, Chris, it's always a game that obviously impacts the SEC standings at the end of the year and really the national rankings. So a lot at stake for both these teams.
The back's got it. They played, of course, and Alabama won comfortably. That was an embarrassing day for the LSU faithful. They have not forgotten.
See LSU get blown out, but they feel much.
And the senior making a disruptive impact play. Well, you expect big hits in an emotional game, Kirk, and the quarterback that time paid a price.
Well, the quarterback's got to know in a rivalry game, he better have his head on a swivel. That time they hit him hard.
Drops back, looking to throw for it on third down. Hit as he releases it, and the pass ball is incomplete.
Gosh, Chris, I just love this atmosphere. The home field advantage on full display. The defense flying around with energy. Nice job there on that third down of using the energy from the crowd to make that stop.
They finally get him, but he found a nice lane in that return, and that means good starting field position for this drive. So the LSU Tigers offense makes their way onto the field for their first possession. More of this game within the game, Kirk. You got the quarterback and the corner, two of the better guys in the country at their position, very aware of each other.
And on the other side, you got a quarterback that has an attitude. He doesn't care. He's confident in his ability to shift and move the defense at will. It's going to be a great matchup. That's the thing with this guy. You've got the ability to flex him out. He shows his versatility and what he can do from that slot position. He could be the quarterback safety blanket.
And it's picked off in the end zone. I'm going to tackle him right there, but that's a turnover.
When you get this close to the end zone, you've got to be able to come away with points. At the very least, a field goal. They've got to be scratching their heads. And right here doesn't come back to bite them.
And this crowd coming to life here, trying to help the defense get a stop. The offense been back. Scanning the field. It's Milroe. Quick throw over the middle. Oh, that one's picked off. Tackled after a short return to the 23. Nice play by this defense.
Well, the quarterback ends up being a tad aggressive and he ends up paying for it with a pick. I get that that might be part of his playing style, but there's a difference between being aggressive.
And he's going to fling it deep, going for it all here. Intercepted in the end zone. He's got some room and some blockers here.
Chris, that is back-to-back drives right now for this quarterback and this offense. Nothing seems to be going right. The defense is doing a good job of confusing the quarterback, who's obviously throwing the ball into coverage. They've got to make some adjustments with their attack because right now it's not working.
Easy throw to a wide-open receiver downfield. Brought down at the 33. That's good enough to move the sticks.
You know, plays like this are what Alabama offense is all about. They run the football, and then they're efficient within their passing game and being a great complement to that running game in the defense.
Out of the shotgun, he hands it off. That's a nice tackle there by the senior. Alabama comes up to the line quickly. Can he get there on the ground? He'll be taken down, but he does have first down yardage.
Look, I realize on any play call, when it's properly executed, it can go to the house for a touchdown. But the runs that really make a game plan work are the ones where you get just what you need. And he barely got the first down, but he got it.
Getting set for the second quarter here. Both offenses searching for a spark. They didn't do much in the first quarter at all. As we get lined up here for quarter number 2, we'll see if the offenses can get going. They didn't do much in the opening quarter. Back at it to start the quarter. Offense getting set to run a first down play. Now they'll switch it up, looking to throw the ball here. Here's a shot toward the end zone. Oh, and it's batted down by the defense. Great play to deny a touchdown. The game goes back to 1895, Kirk, but as you know, it's begun to pick up intensity, this rivalry, because they are always in each other's way in the SEC.
Yeah, this rivalry doesn't necessarily have the history, even though it does go back to 1895. But you're right. Things seem to change when the SEC split East and West. It became a battle about who would represent the West, the winner typically between Alabama and LSU. It seems like every year from that point on, it's a game we all point to before the season even starts.
Looking to throw. It's Milroe. Bringing pressure. He's moving out of the pocket now. On the move, but can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. The punt team making their way on the field. We're going to kick it away for the second time. He'll field the punt. He's got an opening. Watch out. He's got great speed. Finally forced out of bounds, but a solid return that time. And here comes that LSU offense back onto the field. See if this quarterback can bounce back. The last possession, a pick on the very first play. Gets rid of it on the move. And the completion made. They've got him, but he picks up 8 yards. Sets up a nice 2nd and 2.
Defenses all around the country have got to do a better job of keeping an eye on these little guys from the slot. They can dismantle a defense with their speed and quickness in the open space.
Wow, lays out and makes a spectacular catch. That's the 2-minute warning now here in the first half.
Well, it's great to see this quarterback from LSU make that throw and put it right on the money to pick up that first down. And I think that's the big thing that LSU fans want to see is consistency from the quarterback position. There have been moments where you've seen that. There have been other moments where they've been asking for more out of their quarterback. So you had the Burrow moment in 2019 that was historic, one of the best we've ever seen in the sport. But now you want to see throws like this. It'd be a great compliment to that running game. And then you become a complete package and a real threat in the SEC.
Looking to throw it from the red zone. Pressure is coming. And the junior gets home, making a sack there.
Well, the offense tries to go with a play action to slow this defense down, but they weren't buying it. They applied the pressure or came up with a sack.
They'll change the pre-snap look now. Looking downfield, it's Nussmeier. Gets the ball up as he's hit, but it's incomplete. Come up on 3rd down, solid drive. Defense trying to get off the field here. Quarterback looking to connect with the receiver here. Here's the throw deep downfield. He's picked for a 3rd time tonight. And the player is down injured after that last play. They'll take a timeout or they check him out. Alabama's offense coming back onto the field. The last possession, they were forced to kick it away. Can they finally get things going this time? First play of the drive, looking to throw the football. Makes the grab. It's Haynes. Finding some room at the 25. Tackled at the 32. That's enough for a first down.
The defense is spread all over the field, creating some one-on-one matchups, and the quarterback makes them pay for it.
This offense has gotten going at long last. From the shotgun, drops back. 2nd down, we're going to throw it. Defense is coming after him. It is intercepted. Going the other way, can they stop him? Great move in the open field. It's a big return off the INT. They steal their offensive possession. Okay, so here comes the LSU offense back on the field. They had it going on the last drive, but it ended abruptly with the interception. Let's see what they can do here. Makes the grab. It's Lacey. Brought down, but broke a tackle to produce a solid game there.
These undersized slot receivers can be some of the toughest guys to contain for a defense. They're quicker than they really are fast, and they're very elusive, tough to contain in these one-on-one matchups.
Caught over the middle. It's Daniels. Tackled, but first down. They bring him down, but the junior quarterback showing off the cannon. Time ticking away. Time for just one more play before halftime. Looking to the end zone. And it's caught. Touchdown, Bayou Bengals.
Game, there's so much emotion, so to be able to put a touchdown on the board first just sets the tone for a big day.
So an important touchdown just before halftime. Not much time for the opposing offense to try to answer before the break. Fielded in the end zone. It's Hamilton. Oh, he's got a crease here. Look out. Turns on the speed. Still going. It's a foot race. Touchdown, Bama. He just sprints into the end zone. We knew this returner was a dangerous guy. That was an electrifying play all the way to the house.
Chris, it was great blocking, but the guy just looked so natural back there as far as once he got his hands on the ball, it was like he was setting up his blocks, knowing exactly where he wanted to go, and then once he hit it right around midfield, nobody was catching.
Point after, up and good. Miller's going to wrap up the first half here. Let's kick it now to Kevin Connors with our halftime update.
Fellas, what an environment there today. All the animosity and flat-out hatred that comes with a good old-fashioned rivalry game on display in that first half. And a compelling first half for a variety of reasons. Yes, there's a substantial lead to talk about. This defense that has more than made its share of big plays. If things keep trending in this direction, you can bet a ton of those backs and receivers are going to spend a lot of time in ice baths before the end of the day. With that, let's throw it back to the guys to see how this rivalry matchup plays out.
Looks like they're lining up to attempt an onside kick. And the receiving team makes the recovery. The hands team does its job perfectly.
Yeah, they tried to surprise him here to start off this third quarter. Just didn't pan out. But I think you got to respect them for trying, though. I like that call.
The linebacker shifting around now. The quarterback making some changes at the line. Off the play fake on first down. Fires it to the wideout. The junior trying to take a shot, but overthrows his man.
Well, they don't make the completion here. The timing seemed to be off between a quarterback and the receiver. But, man, this defensive coordinator, he may want to consider getting more pressure on this quarterback by changing some things up. He's got a lot of time back there to throw the ball.
And looking for a big play here. Catch made inside the 10. Touchdown, Tigers. And they will claim the second half lead.
This guy can do it all. We've seen him go behind coverage and make plays downfield. We can see him catch the ball underneath, just like this. And when he catches a football, he is so dangerous after the catch. This one leads him into the end zone for the 6 points.
Bringing it out, it's Adams. And he's brought down at the 16. Would have been better off leaving it in the end zone for a touchback. Here comes the Crimson Tide offense onto the field. This drive is important. Last one ended in an interception. Let's see if they can get it going here. On 1st and 10 here, looking to throw the ball. He'll take a deep shot. That's the third pick tonight thrown by this QB. Big takeaway, now looking for a big return. That's a potential game changer, the pick and the big return.
Boy, would this quarterback love to have this one back.